The jury in the Daniel Penny trial needs more time. Tomorrow will be the third day of deliberations for the Marine vet charged with second-degree manslaughter and criminally negligent homicide for killing a homeless man who was acting erratically on the subway last year. Today, the jury requested to rehear testimony from the medical examiner who performed Jordan Neely's autopsy. And one of the defense's arguments is that the chokehold may not have even been the cause of his death. They also wanted to rewatch key videos from the case, including the bystander video of Penny holding Neely down in a chokehold, probably the most important piece of evidence in the case. Jurors also asked to see Penny's interview with detectives.
Some guy came in, he's like, whipped his jacket off, and he's like, I'm gonna kill everybody, I can go to prison forever, I don't care, I don't do this. At that point, I looked to the person next to me like, hey, just hang on to this phone for me. I had my headphones in and took it off, and just kind of like grabbed him from behind, because he came in, just to like, because he was acting like a lunatic, like a crazy person. So I came up, had his back turned to me, and I just kind of got him in a hold, got him to the ground. He's still like squirming around and still, you know, going crazy. And I turned to the guy, I'm like, hey, call the cops, because the train arrived in Broadway.
Yeah.
And then waited for you guys.
Do you mind showing me?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, so he was standing behind me, and I kind of came like this.
Okay.
I wasn't trying to like injure him.
Right.
I'm just trying to keep him from hurting anybody else. He's threatening people. That's what we learned in the Marine Corps.
Penny didn't testify, but they got to hear his side of the story in his own words through that interrogation video. The jury also requested to see a compilation of police body camera footage from the time.
I was sitting over there, I heard the young man that's on the floor saying, you know, hey, I'm willing to die, you know? I'll do anything, I'm willing to die, I'll go to jail, I don't care, I don't care. And he was saying it so loud that everyone turned around. So this young man, he got belligerent and he tackled him down.
The guy with the brown jacket took him to the ground.
Yeah, he took him to the ground and gave him a chokehold. Not a hard chokehold, just enough to secure him, and the guy fought. And he kept holding him, all right? And then that's when everybody totally realized what was going on. And I think this guy's on drugs, you know, because when he came in, he was unbelievably off the charts. He scared the living daylights out of everyone.
I've said it before, I don't see how they possibly are going to convict, but joining me now is Misty Marris, trial attorney and legal analyst. Good to see you, Misty. What do you make of the jurors' requests of what they're asking to see again?
Well, the jurors seem to be looking at the critical issues in the case, because first they asked to see the body cam footage, first and the video of the incident, then followed by the medical examiner's cross-examination, interestingly enough, relating specifically to testimony regarding her conclusion about the cause of death, and also where she testified that she wasn't sure how much pressure Penny was exerting, that she couldn't tell from her examination. So to me, the jurors seem to be very focused on that causation argument.
That the defense is making that maybe, because that's sort of the out, right?
Right.
For the jury, really, to say, look, we can't say beyond a reasonable doubt that this was necessarily the cause of death because there were some other underlying issues and drugs, et cetera.
Right, because if the jury was going to make the determination that this was justified, they don't have to get to causation because he acted in self-defense.
Right.
And they would have made that conclusion, and they could still. We don't know, because we don't know if there's a split in the jury room. But the evidence that they looked at today, and that cross-examination specifically, led me to believe that causation was at issue in that jury room.
Now, look, outside the courthouse, there's a bunch of Black Lives Matter people protesting, and the family of Jordan Neely has been regularly holding press conferences. This is some of it.
I believe in the prosecution. I believe that I will get justice is a penalty award for one's acts or deeds. I think I'll get a reward for it by getting the justice, and I think that he'll get the penalty.
I don't see how this jury is going to convict. I don't usually say things this definitively. I will be shocked if the jury convicts. I'm not saying there can't be a hung jury. I'll be shocked if the jury convicts. You?
I would be absolutely shocked if they convicted on manslaughter. I could really see a hung jury here. I don't think we're going to see a
But how about on the
conviction.
other? How about on the?
Well, it's a lesser included, Dan.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you have a lesser included on that verdict sheet, especially if the jurors are grappling with causation specifically as opposed to justification, I could see it. Sometimes it's
Really?
almost seen as a compromise. In that jury room.
Well, that's for sure. But three or four of these jurors have felt threatened on the subway, and more than half of them have had issues on the subway. I mean, you know, as a regular subway rider, I'm one of those people who's like, I want a Daniel Penny sitting next to me. That's exactly what the defense argued.
Understood, and you know what?
Yeah.
I'm a New Yorker too,
Yeah.
so ride the subway all the time. We know that there's issues, and I think the defense did a great job. But to that end, I think that sometimes when the jurors are grappling with this and maybe can't come to a consensus, if there's something lesser that they can select, it can happen.
No, you're right.
Although I think you talk to people in New York about this case, and that's probably very reflective of the jury room. There's a huge dichotomy of opinions.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.